Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply echo.
Hello friends, and welcome back. So today's video we have some awesome deep cleaning. I absolutely love carpet shampooing. As much as I do not miss having carpets in my house, it is one of those deep cleaning projects that I absolutely love doing. But on top of that, we have a ton of other cleaning motivation going on in today's video. So if you are ready to clean along with me, let's do this.
Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King.
So I heard something the other day that I wanted to share with you guys because it really hit home. You guys know me if you've been here for a while. I don't love to clean. But over the years, I have learned that having a clean home mentally and physically just makes me feel so much better. The thing that I heard, though, the other day is how laziness is not real. And it stopped me in my tracks, and I had to keep listening because I'm like, laziness is like, we hear that all the time. We say it about ourselves. We say it about other people. I'm just being lazy today. Oh, they were just being lazy. Like, it's something you hear all the time. But I kept listening, and this girl talked about how laziness is a word we've put out there to shame ourselves or shame others. But if you think about it, no one is actually just lazy. And I thought about that for a second, and I'm like, you know, this is so true. How many times a day I get asked how I stay so motivated? So people out there, it's not that they're lazy because they want to. It's usually something holding them back. If it's not a physical ailment, it could be a mental ailment, which when it comes to mental ailments, I totally get it. I deal with anxiety and depression. I also have a seizure disorder. So finding motivation sometimes can be very difficult. And I've said to you guys multiple times, the reason I can stay motivated is I found my purpose for cleaning. I have found that my brain is so much clearer and mentally focused when my home is clean compared to when things are in chaos. Very much a situation of whatever my house looks like usually is very much what my brain feels like. So I stay motivated with that mindset in my mind. But I wanted to share that with you today because I know a lot of times our worst critics can be ourselves. I know I have done it more than one occasion that I talk to myself worse than I would talk to a stranger on the street. And I think it's a really good reminder that you're not lazy. There's usually a reason. ADHD, depression, anxiety. A lot of you guys have messaged me and talked about how you have health issues. Like, it's not a laziness thing. It's purely roadblocks that are standing in your way, which is why I always preach the progress over perfection, because perfection is not real. So many of us see these perfect homes, and one, it's usually because it's a still shot of one room that person probably cleaned and the rest of the house is a mess. But I know I'm at a stage in my life where my house is not perfect top to bottom all the time. I have 3 kids, now 3 dogs, animals, a husband, like there's a lot going on. So yes, I love having a clean house. I love having it organized. But in the end, I'm not at a point in my life where my house is always going to be perfect, and I have to be okay with that.
Hope is the last thing that I need. Wanna feel something that's real.
So I can't remember if I mentioned it in my last video or not. I know I mentioned that I was sick last week, but so on this day, I purely went into the boys' room because this day we could not find Bjorn's shoes for the life of me. Literally the day before, I was in bed all day, sick and not feeling well. So I had no idea. He ended up going to school in flip-flops, which was totally against dress code. But I let his teacher and everyone know, I'm like, hey, I was sick yesterday, couldn't find his shoes today. He couldn't find them. And not wearing the correct shoes doesn't seem like a really good excuse to miss school. But looked all over the house. Everywhere. Freya likes to steal shoes sometimes. So I even looked in like all of her toy bins and everything. Finally, I'm like, it has to be in their room. I'm like, so I'm going to go in the room. I'm going to clean it up. That way I can throw the vacuum in here and just tidy everything up for a second and hope I find the shoes. Well, good thing I did, because later when I went on to vacuum in here and move the door, his shoes were behind the door. If you can see to the left of your screen right there, that door right there, they were right behind there. I can tell you right now, we are never losing shoes behind that door again, because it's going to be the first place I look, because we were running around so much that morning trying to find it. And then I was cleaning all day today, because I'm like, if I clean, I have to find them. Like, I can't not find them when I've been cleaning all this time. I couldn't believe that that's where they were. But yeah, that is why I'm cleaning up the boys' room. You guys know me. Like, I do go in here and clean up, but it's definitely not on a regular basis. Their room is their responsibility. But on this day, my only goal was to find those shoes. And I know, and I could have left it up to him when he got home from school to find them. But then I would have been stressing out about it all day. Because what if he doesn't find them and then he has to go to school tomorrow again in flip-flops? So that is why I didn't do it that way. But into our room, I am just quickly tidying everything up in here. That way I can get everything all cleaned up. I don't make my bed right away in the morning, but that's mainly because I'm more of a morning person. Bobby is not. He is always up later than I am, and I'm up earlier than he is. So normally I don't make my bed till noonish. I used to make it in the morning. When Bobby worked outside of the house, I used to make it every morning when I got up, because he worked an earlier shift. So he was always up before I was. So when I got up, I made the bed. But nowadays, it's usually right around noon, but I do always make the bed. There is just something about being able to climb into a freshly clean made bed at the end of the night that just is so much more relaxing than climbing into a bed that's a mess. I don't know why, because you're just going to make it a mess right away when you get into it, but it definitely is a thing. And if you haven't tried it, try it. You don't have to make your bed like super crazy fancy, but I do think it makes a huge difference on how well I sleep at night when I take these couple minutes just to tidy up the bed. I knew one of the big things I wanted to get done this day was cleaning the curtains in my room. They were definitely in need, mainly this side, because Bailey sleeps on this side of the bed. So the bottom of these curtains always get really dirty just from him rubbing up against it and whatnot. So I knew I wanted to go in and take all these curtains down. That way I could wash them real quick. I Did not get them back up the same day, though. It ended up going up the next day, which isn't really a big deal. These are blackout curtains, but I personally don't shut them and don't like sleeping with blackout curtains because it makes it really hard to get up. So they're honestly just for looks and pulling it all together. And since our backyard is fenced in and very private, we're never worried about needing blinds or curtains or anything so that the neighbors can't see in. So I wanted to take these down, quickly throw them in the washing machine. And now it is another day. And on this day, it was time to clean the carpets. So this actually worked out really, really well. These carpets needed to get done anyway. I had noticed the other week when I did just a really good vacuuming on them that these carpets needed to get cleaned. So that was honestly my main goal on this day. Obviously, I had other tidying and things that need to be done, but priority number one was cleaning this rug. It worked out really, really well though, because we were not expecting to get Minnie, which is our new puppy, on Friday. I had actually just gotten a text Thursday night saying, hey, Minnie is ready to go home. Mama was at a point where she was, I don't want to say rejecting, but you know how it is when animals are finally at a point of, I don't need to raise you anymore, and pushing out their young. She was getting to that point. So it worked out perfect that this was literally, I want to say the day before or 2 days before we got Minnie, that I went in and did a really good, thorough cleaning on this rug. And I like to use a little bit of bleach when I shampoo my rugs, which I always tell people, if you're going to try any of my cleaning solutions, please try it in a discreet area of your wall, your rug, anything, because it depends on the type of rugs you have, if it'll work or not. My rugs work really well with just a little bit of bleach in there, and it helps brighten them up. But also with animals, it takes out any odors or things like that. Drake's getting old, so he has accidents, and it just works out really, really well. And yeah, I was just like, oh wow, I literally just cleaned these rugs, and now we have a new puppy, which is kind of perfect because she is not smelling all the other smells that she could be smelling. Luckily though, she has been doing phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, she's had a couple accidents, but it is now, let's see, we got her Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's Monday today. You guys are seeing this on Tuesday. But for me, it's Monday night when I'm doing this voiceover. She's only had, I want to say, 4 accidents in the house. And they've usually been because she's woken up from a nap and I haven't seen her wake up from the nap and she needs to use the bathroom right away. But otherwise, she has been doing great. Here you can see I turned on the robot vacuum. I just wanted this to go around and do a quick, just like get the big stuff vacuuming. But then I went in and did a slow vacuum with my vacuum. It doesn't look slow because this is sped up, but I highly recommend before you ever shampoo any rug or any carpeting, make sure you thoroughly vacuum it. Because if there is any type of dirt or anything in your rug, just think about it. If you go outside and there's dirt and it rains, it turns to mud. Same situation when shampooing your carpet. So making sure you have as much debris out of it as possible is very, very important.
95, that's your way of getting by. Well, you should get a taste of your own medicine. And I eat your heart out. Your ex-man is with me now. You've been talking shit behind my back just to feel good about yourself. But he's with me now. We're kissing on your old couch.
Like I said before, carpet shampooing is one of my favorite things to do, but it's also one of my favorite things to watch other YouTubers do. I don't know what it is about seeing carpets or furniture, any type of upholstery cleaning, but it is super satisfying to me. Which, by the way, if you are still here and you are enjoying today's video, do not forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out. Also, leave me a hashtag clean with me in the comments below to let me know that you are still here and that you're enjoying today's video. I really would appreciate that. I love seeing who is sticking around. The thing about YouTube is on the back end, I get to see the ups and downs of how people view my videos. But the only way I actually know if you're here is based off of comments. So I always like asking to leave some sort of emoji or hashtag just to let me know who is sticking around, who is enjoying today's video. And I know a lot of you guys are like my ride or dies. I see you every single week, and I appreciate you guys every single week being here for me, supporting my family, my channel. It absolutely means the world to me. So thank you guys very, very much, because I make these videos for you, and your dedication of supporting me is what keeps me motivated to keep going and making these. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do appreciate it. The only reason I have a channel is because of you guys that show up for me every single week.
My back just to feel good about yourself, but he's with me now. We're kissing on your old couch. I know you're trying to feel better, 'cause you're being bitter on your own. Get your heart out.
Here's a question for you guys. How do you use stockings in your house? I am originally from Wisconsin. A lot of you guys know this. We currently live in Florida though. And in Wisconsin, we always did St. Nick. St. Nick comes the night of the 5th. The kids have their stockings full of candy and a small present the morning of the 6th. Pretty much everyone I know in Wisconsin did St. Nick. However, here in Florida, no one knows what it is. So I am curious, how many of you guys do St. Nick and know what it is? There is a whole thing around it. Wisconsin, or Milwaukee in general, it was a very Catholic city. So Friday fish fries, that is huge in Wisconsin. St. Nick for Christmas. There's just certain things up there that isn't everywhere. I know fish fries down here in Florida, obviously you can get pretty much good fried fish anywhere, but it's not the same. It's not that Friday fish fry like back in Milwaukee. But St. Nick is definitely one of those things that it's not as common down here, but we still do it with the kids. I remember doing it when I was younger, and I really enjoy still doing it with our kids. It's actually funny because when I was younger, my siblings and I would save all of our candy from St. Nick, because my brother, my little sister, and myself loved staying up all night, Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. We would wait till mom and dad went to bed, and then we would all sneak down. It was a 2-story house, so we would sneak all the way into the basement. I say sneak. My parents totally knew we were doing it. But back then, we didn't know our parents knew we were doing it, so we were sneaking down there. And we would save all the candy from St. Nick for that night. That way we could stay awake. And we would watch A Christmas Story over and over and over again because it was on marathon, and we had seen it so many times we didn't need the volume on, worried about waking anyone up, because we knew all the words. And that is one of my absolute favorite memories growing up, is every single year with my big brother and my little sister, us sneaking downstairs, eating our Christmas candy, watching the clock, because we could not wake anyone up for presents till after 7, and just waiting to wake everyone up so that we could open Christmas presents Christmas morning. Talking about Christmas, I had a bunch of people, what was it, the last video I talked about Christmas cookies? A lot of people ask about my pizzelle recipe, which I'm probably saying that wrong. I know someone in my last video said I say it wrong. But my pizzelle recipe, so in our last video on our family vlog channel, which is just Cambriea and Bobby, I share that pizzelle recipe. You also get to see Minnie over there. I know I did a community post over here, but we actually have her in Sunday's video. When I was recording this video, we didn't have her yet to be able to do that. And we also did a duck update because I know a lot of people have been asking about the babies and teenagers and how they're all doing. So they are in that video as well. So I want to give you guys a little bit of heads up. I know when it comes to family stuff, we do a lot more over there. But so Xander and I today went and tagged the birds. With the quail, it's pretty obvious to tell male from female. However, with the Muscovies, it's a lot more difficult. There's like, you can look at leg and feet size. Boys are a bit larger, but since they're still teenagers, it's still a little bit hard to tell. So we tagged them with our best guesses of boy to girl. I think I'm getting pretty good at it, but it's not a guarantee thing till you start seeing mature behavior. I think that's the best way to put it. And then that we'll have a better idea. But I'm pretty sure out of the teenagers, we have 5 girls and 8 boys. So we're definitely going to have to find some new homes for some of those boys. I know a lot of people ask us if we were going to keep them all, and you can't. It should be a 5-to-1 ratio when it comes to boys and girls. Otherwise, the girls can get beat up and the boys can get aggressive. So we'll be finding some new homes for them and whatnot when it comes to that. So my floors are LVP. I know when I clean this rug, a lot of times people ask how the flooring underneath does. So it does fine for multiple reasons. One, the flooring I have is a waterproof flooring. I did that on purpose. Obviously, with us living in Florida, flooding's a thing. And just, I have children. Let's be honest. Flooding, children, it happens. But the other thing is when I shampoo my carpets, I will go over it with a solution, but every time after that first pass is purely just brushing and sucking up the moisture. And I do that a lot and throughout the time of shampooing. You guys actually only see about half of the shampooing process that I do because the footage would just get to be way too long. But I make sure to go over it really, really well. So it honestly only takes maybe an hour for the rug to dry. And then I move everything, as you can see, right back on it. And it is pretty much good as new. So I keep getting asked how much longer will I be doing the Christmas photos at the end of my video. My plan is to share those videos either as long as I'm getting pictures or up until Christmas. I have absolutely loved getting all your guys' messages on Instagram from all over the country, all over the world of your different Christmas decorations and then sharing them at the end of this video. It has been so cool, like, especially when I see them from other countries, because I know, like, we're all the same, but you know, you think of people from the other side of the world and it just doesn't feel real, especially someone like me. I've never left the country. Pretty much, I've been to Wisconsin, Texas, and Florida. That's it. So, like, you being in another country, it's cool to see the similarities of holiday decor and different stuff like that. And yeah, I've really, really, really been enjoying it. So if you guys want to send me your Christmas decorations and photos and you want to see them at the end of my video, go follow me on Instagram. I have that linked in my description. Otherwise, it's just Living with Cambriea over there as well. And shoot me those photos because I will definitely be sharing them for as long as I am getting them. Now, after cleaning up the floors and everything, I knew I wanted to go in and give our laundry room sink a really good scrubbing. This sink has gotten really, really bad. And understandably, between Bobby coming in from working outside or me dumping stuff in here, whenever I use paints, I clean my brushes and stuff in here, it just gets dirty and it gets dirty quick. So I wanted to go in and give this deep sink a really, really good clean. I was actually pretty surprised at how good it turned out when it was all done. Very impressive how clean this got. And for the most part, all I used was the the Dawn Power Wash and a magic eraser. And then on the bottom, I ended up using some Barkeeper's Friend. It turned out so good. I was very, very pleased at how good this sink looked in the end.
I ain't got no time for romance, but baby, I don't want to lead you on. Not looking for something steady, not ready for that. I'm the best thing that has ever happened to you. Here's your time to shine, or show me what you can do. Make a move, the way my hands feel on your body, the way we're dancing in the dark. With every move I make, you're falling. The way my lips feel on your body, the way we're moving in the dark. With every breath we take, you're falling.
So I'd love to hear what's on your Christmas list this year, no matter how boring it is, because I know as I've gotten older, my Christmas list and what I want for holidays have gotten very lame. Like Mother's Day, I asked for a new toilet for the kids' bathroom. Does that sound crazy and like something that a husband should not get his wife for Mother's Day? Yes, but it is what I asked for, and I appreciate it so much. However, this year on my Christmas list, I really want a new espresso machine because the one we got last year, I went more low end on it because I wasn't sure how we would like it. So I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on it when I wasn't 100% sure how much I would like it. However, as you guys know, we love our espresso machine and use it every single day. So I would like a better espresso machine. That is the main thing on my list. But yeah, I would love to know what is on your Christmas list, no matter how boring you may think it is, because I swear you can't get worse than asking for a toilet like I did. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, share it on your other social medias. That always really helps me out. Leave me a comment, and of course, if you're new, subscribe. But I am going to be quiet now because we have all those Christmas photos from you guys coming up now, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, gloria. Come to Bethlehem.